New details tonight in a Palm Beach County murder case involving the death of a 97-year-old woman. We've already reported on the arrest of the victim's daughter. Now, newly released records raise questions about what the suspect told detectives and whether it matters under Florida law. Our investigative reporter Terry Parker joins us here in the studio. Terry, you just spoke with a former state attorney to find out about that.
Right, Todd. I told you last night that Martha Jo Blake told detectives her mother wanted to die, and they had discussed death with dignity. But there is no consensual death in Florida, and it will not affect her prosecution. It was a horrifying scenario. 97-year-old Patricia Blake found in her bed last week after deputies were called to the home she shared with her 66-year-old daughter, Martha Jo Blake. The elderly woman with a broken bone in her neck, bruising and hemorrhaging, and evidence that something had been placed over her face. Her daughter refusing to leave her side, telling detectives her mother, who had Parkinson's disease and other ailments, wanted to die.
But the way that it was done to its 97-year-old to strangle her to death, which is painful, and to break her neck bones is just something that the law does not allow for in Florida.
Former Palm Beach County State Attorney Dave Ehrenberg says even though Martha Jo may have been a devoted caregiver and at her wit's end, that doesn't change the situation.
The key thing to know, though, is that Florida is not a right-to-die state. There are 10 states around the country that would allow what's called medical aid in dying. Florida explicitly prohibits it.
Ehrenberg says where the defendant's mental state may come into play is in the sentencing phase if she is found guilty. The arrest affidavit says Blake told detectives she and her mother had discussed dying with dignity, but he says that defense would have complications in this case.
Generally, if someone is a victim of a consensual homicide, they don't want their neck broken by a strangulation. Generally, it's done like Dr. Jack Kevorkian did, where it's through medication. So when you have something like this seems too violent to be just a consensual homicide, right to die type of case. But the defense lawyers are going to try to put on their best defense here.
Part of the arrest report that appears to be more of what Blake told detectives is redacted. So we don't know if she confessed or gave reasons as to why she might have allegedly killed her elderly mother. There are resources available for overwhelmed caregivers that I will link to my web story. Terry Parker, WPBF 25 News.